What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel where we talk about how to build credit, how to establish relationships with banks and financial institutions, and most importantly, how to get you access to high limit credit funding. If you're new to our channel or if you've been checking out our content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, you could smash the like button. It helps our content get out to a wider audience, and we greatly appreciate the support. So for today's video, I wanted to talk about the SBA targeted EIDL advance. So the SBA just sent out emails. I'll walk through in a second, but basically the EIDL advance is back, but this time around it's targeted, and there's several criteria that you have to consider before you actually apply for the advance. Whatever amount of advance you received previously, you can get the remaining difference up to $10,000. So if you got $5,000 before, then for the targeted EIDL, you can get another $5,000. If you got $2,000, that means you're eligible for up to $8,000. Now, this is a targeted EIDL advance. Not everyone will be eligible. Now, in terms of the eligibility criteria, you have to be in a low income area as designated by Section 45D of the Internal Revenue Code. Your business has to be registered in a low income community. You also have to demonstrate that your business suffered an economic loss of at least 30%, and you have to have less than 300 employees. Now, this EIDL targeted advance is for a limited time only, so it's only a 30-day window up until the day that you receive the email. So you have 30 days from then before it's no longer applicable. Now, and if you don't know if you qualify based on the low income area, they have a mapping tool where you can enter in your business zip code, and it'll tell you whether or not your business is located in a low income community. In addition, you do have to provide your gross receipts from January 2019 up to present day. If you are eligible, then the SBA may ask for a 4506T tax transcript request, and that's basically allowing the SBA to pull your tax transcripts from the IRS to confirm your income information that you supply. So I just wanted to lay out some of these details. Anyways, let's go jump over to the email, and I'm gonna walk you through all the requirements.
So I'm just going to read through this. The SBA is launching a new round of economic injury disaster loan advances called Targeted EIDL Advance, which provides eligible businesses with $10,000 in total grant assistance. If you received the EIDL advance last year in an amount less than $10,000, you may be eligible to receive the difference up to the full $10,000. The combined amount of the targeted EIDL advance and any previously received advance will not exceed $10,000. Please review eligibility criteria and application instructions below carefully before you proceed to the application portal for the targeted EIDL advance. Businesses eligible for the EIDL targeted advance must meet all of the following eligibility criteria. Located in a low-income community as defined in Section 45DE of the Internal Revenue Code, the SBA will map your business address to determine if you are in a low-income community when you submit your targeted EIDL advance application. Number 2, suffered economic loss greater than 30% as demonstrated by an 8-week period beginning on March 2nd, 2020 or later compared to the previous year. You will be required to provide the total amount of monthly gross receipts from January 2019 to the current month to date. Number 3, must have 300 or fewer employees. Business entities normally eligible for the EIDL program are eligible, including sole proprietors, independent contractors, private and nonprofit organizations. However, agricultural enterprises such as farmers and ranchers are not eligible to receive the targeted EIDL advance. Before you apply, to help determine if you are located in a low-income community as defined in Section 45D of the Internal Revenue Code, the SBA is making available a mapping tool. Note that the business address must be located in a low-income community to qualify for the targeted EIDL advance. You are encouraged to check the map to see if your business address meets the low-income community eligibility requirement. What you will need to assist you in completing the targeted EIDL advance questions, we recommend that you have an available copy of your 2019 federal tax return and the business's monthly gross receipts for each month from January 2019 through the most recent month to date period. The information you provide will be used to determine if your business meets the economic loss greater than 30% requirement above. You will also be asked to confirm the information provided in your original EIDL application is still accurate. If there are any changes, you may be asked to provide documentation to determine if you are eligible for a targeted EIDL advance. Applicants applicants that pass the initial eligibility requirements will also be required to electronically sign an IRS 4506T, allowing the SBA to obtain tax transcripts directly from the IRS before we can approve your request for the targeted EIDL advance. The SBA's goal is to process all requests within 21 days of receiving a completed application. All application decisions will be communicated via email. Due to the limited available funds for the targeted EIDL advance program, the SBA will not be able to reconsider applications through an appeals process, so please make sure that your information is correct when submitting your application. If your request is approved, you will receive an email notification and an ACH deposit to your bank account you provided in your application. It is very important that you double check your bank account information carefully before submitting. Incomplete or incorrect information may result in an inability to approve your request or successfully disperse your funds. Carefully review the information below regarding bank account deposits. All right, so I'm not going to go through all of the rest of this word for word, but basically making sure your bank account, your routing number, your bank name, your legal business name, your business address, phone number, and your business tax ID, your EIN is correct when you put it on your application. So just make sure all of that is correct. If you do decide to apply for the targeted advance, there's an application button right here that'll take you to the application. But before you do that, as I said, make sure you check to see if you fall into that low income community based off your business address.
All right, so let's recap real quick. So the EIDL targeted advance up to $10,000. In order to be eligible, your business would need to be in a low income community, less than 300 employees, and you also have to provide proof that you suffered an economic loss of at least 30%. You will have to provide gross receipts, and you may also be 4506T, where the SBA is retrieving your tax transcripts. This particular EIDL advance is a little bit more limited. Again, being in that low income community is going to be one of the biggest factors. If you're eligible for the target advance, I think that's a great thing, but it's going to be a little bit more narrow in scope. So not every business owner is going to qualify, but you could always double check. I put a link to the mapping tool. So if you don't know if your business address falls within the low income community, you could definitely enter in your address and see if you're eligible. That's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Until next time, y'all take it easy and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.